Hello everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using the Great Escape collection. I love this collection, it's just brilliant for all my travels. For this layout, I was actually inspired by one of the stickers on the accessory stickers sheet. So the little banner shape, you can see that I've gone big there. But that little banner shape is not exclusive to this collection by any stretch of the imagination. It is on almost all the collections. It's a really generic shape. It's kind of like a banner. It often has different words on, different colours and different icons. I just picked one out. I don't know if it was for my last layout, but I thought, oh, I really like this shape. I wonder if I could create some big banners for my next layout, and that is exactly what I did. So here I am with my my banners. Now I've already pre-cut them, but what I did was I cut them by hand, so they're not like done on the silhouette or anything like that. I worked out that they were slightly longer in height than they were in width. So basically I started with roughly a square, but just made the height slightly longer. So I can't tell you an exact ratio, but if I was doing something like a 4 by 5 inch square, for example, that kind of thing, I could tell you an exact ratio. Hold on, let me measure with my ruler. That would be helpful. It might be helpful for anybody who wants to know what they are. Anyway, the green one is 7 inches wide by 7.5 inches tall. Okay, so it's only slight, it's not huge, oh, I've just bashed the microphone, sorry, and again. And the orange one is 7.5 inches wide by 8 inches tall. So I've gone for a ½ inch difference on both of those. And then the little one is 4 inches wide by 4.25 inches tall. So you can see my point. It's not very big, but it is just slightly longer on the height than it is the width. So I hope that helps if you want to recreate a layout like this. And also what I did was I cut coloured strips to go along the top of each one. And they were different colours to the colours of the flags originally, or the banners, sorry, originally. So on the orange one, I have a green strip. On the green one, I have a blue strip. And on the coloured one, I have a light blue strip. And I distressed the edges of both of those, or all of those, sorry, and I stuck them onto the banners, with a small amount of the original colour showing at the top too. And I just felt that looked good. That looked like they were kind of hanging down. I also wanted to add some thread, so they did look like they were hanging, but I didn't want to overcomplicate the layout, as in I didn't want it to look messy. What I did was I just cut, I basically just taped some string, or it's actually embroidery floss. If I'd had twine, that would have probably been better, but I didn't have the right colours with me. So I used just embroidery floss, and I taped it on the back just with regular tape. And I've kept it quite short. So I haven't done a long piece. I've basically kept it very similar length to the length of the flag itself, just made it slightly loose. And that gives you enough pull to make it go up a little bit without being too much of a big V. And that's what I wanted to avoid. I didn't want to have a really big hanging part. I wanted it just to be quite short. So anyway, here we go. Right, I have got all of those in place. I'm going to tighten the strings a bit later. But for now, I need to get the rest of my layout kind of in position. So I've also added some orange pom-pom trim to the colourful banner. I was a bit, I wasn't sure about using the colourful paper for a banner because it's got white stripes in between, it doesn't give a nice edge. So I felt like it should have been mounted on something. So what I did to get away with that was I made sure I had a coloured strip at either side, and at the top obviously I put the light blue strip across it, so that gave it some definition, and then on the bottom edge I put the pom-pom trim. So basically it has a coloured edge all the way around, almost, and that worked well. It made it all look normal. I distressed the edges of course. I think they're all stuck. Actually, the orange one at the back is stuck flat. then the other two are raised up on foam pads. And then I've got my one photo, which is a landscape photo that I'm putting in the middle there. And then I'm just going to build my embellishment clusters around. So I also have got my title on already. So The Great Outdoors, which is from the puffy sticker titles. And I've gone along the same angle as my banners, and I actually love how that turned out and how that looks. There was really nowhere else for it to go, and I think it looks really good there. So to get my strings tight, all I've done, I have got no brads or anything with me. I'm away on holiday filming this, so I didn't have all of my supplies, so I had no brads. So what I've done is I've just pierce a hole in the back of my layout. What I did was I used the paper piercing tool to pull up on the front of the layout, to pull up the string to where I needed it to go. And then I made one hole. And then to tie these in position, I just came up through the back of the layout, went over the thread and back down the same hole, and then taped it on the back with tape. So that holds them in place. In an ideal world, I would have put a brad for all three of those. I would have used a brad, but I didn't have them with me, so I had to go with what works. And actually that worked really, really well. And in fact, I think it sometimes works better than having a brad in place. But what I would normally do now is I would do this little technique and I would also add a brad. Anyway, that looks really lovely. I'm really happy with the angle of those and how they look, and I don't feel like they're too big, which is good. And now I'm just going to continue to build up my embellishment clusters. Over on the right hand side, I have that car, choose your own adventure. I have the adventure circle. I have flowers. They're from the Heart and Home collection. The colours go really well, and I just love having florals. So I just thought I would pair those with this collection as well. I've used the word wild under my photo. That's from the ephemera. I've got a little journaling card poking out. Adventure awaits. That's from the stickers, the accessory stickers. And I'm just going through and I've added some phrase stickers. I've added that little chipboard there that says so much fun. I've got some other stickers from the sticker sheet, adventure time, fresh air. And then I'm adding some puffy stars from the puffy stickers. And I think I've got some black ones from the titles as well. Yeah, that's it really. It's all come together really quite quickly once I had got the banners in place. I'm just finishing off by adding a few sequins. I do love my embellishment clusters to have a bit of sparkle. So the sequins really do that, and my God, I have a lifetime supply, so I feel like I should really be using them on every single layout. Otherwise, I'll be drowning in sequins. I'm just going to finish off with my journaling, which I'm writing on the same angle as my title. And did I say as well, I'm going to do some splatters of black paint. So yeah, just a few of those around those embellishment clusters. Yeah, we're standing at the top of a volcano in this layout. This collection has been perfect to document a day trip that we took to the local volcano on the island of Lanzarote, which is where we have a holiday house. I've still got so many photos to scrap from that day. It was a really great day. So watch this space. I'll be back with more, I'm sure. Okay, thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that layout. That was Nikki Rowland for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using the Great Escape collection.